Back live. Here we are, stadium. Oh, there's Kirsten, Vertin, named from the past, University of Wisconsin. Who we got here? We got the A's, New Orleans A's from Chicago area. Right there, for the first, moves to run in the third. That means this is a tight battle here. Midwest Speed from Minnesota on the field. There's Danny Drugamiller, third base coach. You ever one of those guys that are follically challenged that, you know, how do they get such a nice tan on top of those heads? Anyway, we're back to the action here. Let's see. Pitch coming in. Another bot working on the short game. A little pickle here. Tag her out. Pitch ready to go. Another play there reminded me of Javi Baez last year. I think it was it the World Series or was it the Division playoffs when he faked back to third, caught the catcher throwing and ran home. I don't know if it was against the Giants or Dodgers. It must have been in the playoffs, not the World Series. All right, here we go. Okay, inside handle of the bat. Off the first, leaning over. Let's see what we got here. Team's hustling in. Team's hustling out. Let's see if we get this team on the field here and show you another half inning of action. Overcast call for some potential rain today. Here's a team here looking. Looks like they may be one of the teams playing in the future. Getting ready to do a little scouting. Pan down the sidelines. We see, looks like the Bulls Sox program down there in the warm-up area. Batting cages, nets, etc. Got a blue team down there on that end. I think that might be one of the finesse teams, if I'm reading the letters correctly on the uniform. Appears to be. He's throwing a lefty here at the moment. Let's get down here and see if we can get a little interview with one of the college coaches. Let's see if we can get her to join us. Kirsten, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, how'd you like to go live on Facebook?
You're going live on
Yeah, how'd you like to be live? See, she started smiling. I gave her a heads up
I don't.
so she could smile.
Not camera ready.
This kid's always smiling. What do you think of the tournament so far, Kirsten?
Good. I've never been in the field since I've been finished. So
Really?
nice.
Beautiful. Wide variety of teams.
Yeah. The all-turf fields I like them. I mean, camp yesterday was nice with all-turf fields.
Yeah. So how'd you like the camp last night?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. There was a good turnout and good turnout of coaches too.
Yeah, nice variety usually. It's nice because, you know, whatever D it is, D1, D2, D8, there's a place for everybody if you love the sport.
Oh, for sure.
It's just finding the right opportunities.
Definitely.
What do you think, as young athletes, because we're talking to, you know, hopefully players are listening in, what are some of the, let me get this play here. What are some of the things that players should think about when they're looking at schools and trying to plan? Because it can be really overbearing, really, when you think of it.
I always tell people you want to make sure that you're looking at like the fit of the university. I think that, you know, you're getting a degree from there, and that's worth a lot more than like your final 4 years of playing softball. I mean, obviously softball is important,
Yeah.
but I always tell people, like, you know, we always make sure that we have people on campus and that they love the university and they love, like, it's a good fit for them, whether it's the city or it's a college town or whatever that fit is for them. It's very, you know, it's very specific.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to school very much in Chicago.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And now I'm in a college town in a smaller city, but it's a totally different look. But I think that's something that, as like when you're getting recruited, that's something that you should definitely look at.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they say, well, you know, where do you want to, what's your major going to be? Well, how many kids change majors in school?
Right.
So really, it's probably a comfort zone of where's the best place to go.
Right.
You know,
right.
What,
and
what
do you have like a radius of like, how far you want to go
right.
from home?
Yeah, you want your family to see you play and things
right.
like that, and,
right.
or do you not want to see you play? Maybe you never know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, for sure. And the other thing is, you know, I think that a lot of people think that just always the most talented people go to Division I and everyone else trickles down, but that's not always the way that it works.
Yeah.
I think that it's important for people to understand, like, it's how much time you want to commit to the sport. Do you want it to be your life? Because that's what it's going to be for 4 years.
Right,
if that's what you choose. And if not, then that doesn't make you, that doesn't make you inferior to anyone else if you choose that you want to do, extracurriculars and other stuff.
Yeah.
And that means that you're going Division III or NAIA or Division II.
Or if you want to be in medical or
Right.
I know labs are always tough. So if you want to be medical or sciences, that's kind of tough at a lot, most typically Division I schools.
Right. Or it might mean that you're going to school for more than 4 years.
Yeah.
Which, obviously.
Now with that, how do you approach that subject as a parent? Okay, let's look at it from a parent's thing. How do parents, when they're talking to colleges and they're recruiting their daughters, how do they talk about 4 years, 5 years? How does that work?
Well, as far as like scholarship wise, in every scenario, if you had to finish your 5th year and you couldn't take classes because of softball, at least for us, we always give the same amount of scholarship that we gave you for your 4 years or what have you for that 5th year.
Do they have to discuss that up front, or is it something that comes about? Or
I think usually it's something that comes about more so than, because obviously unless you're in a major that it's going to take you a complete 5 years to finish or what have you. For us, most of our girls finish in 4.5.
Yeah.
So
because even teachers, I know teachers, they usually wind up going an extra half semester, right?
Because you can't student teach and play.
Right, and that's the second year last semester.
Right.
So that's all talked about and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And it's very specific too, like based on the athlete. Based on what she's doing, as far as like we had a neurobiology major.
Must have been a brainiac.
Yeah. No, she was our volunteer while she was studying for the MCAT.
Okay.
But she had 4.5, and then that last semester, she asked if she could just be our volunteer, so she had to fill out the paperwork and go through compliance. But then she became our volunteer straight from graduating because she wanted that semester off. So it's very individualized, but yeah, definitely something worth for student athletes to think about or talk about. Because especially at our level,
it's not taboo to talk about it either.
No. Especially at our level, it's tough to graduate in 4 years, especially if you're not taking summer classes or anything like that.
Now, a lot of times, I run a lot of big tournaments, and teams are always saying, "Well, what coaches are coming? What coaches are coming?" They want, and they want to email them everything, and they want to email right before a tournament, but coaches, you have a limited amount of time to recruit and that. So when you're going to a large event, how do you plan your schedule out? What do you guys do?
Usually, the emails beforehand, they do help. Especially if you're looking at, you're going to look at a team. Most of the time, I look at teams and then the individuals on the team.
Yeah.
So everyone does it differently. But we do a lot of kind of divide and conquer.
Sure.
So usually we're not one of us. There's more than one of us there. Yeah. So then we like to switch who we're seeing and all of that. But we
get a second set of eyes on them.
Right. But the first day or so you try to have set for the most part, and then obviously it's all subject to change. Based on when pool play's done, right? And then second of all, you might be watching a team, and then the other team that you're watching is good, and you see a couple kids that you like, and you want to keep following them. So I think that it's always kind of ad lib, you're always scribbling stuff down and seeing if you can make more of their games and stuff like that. But the emails and schedules, it does help. It helps us. Or
how about when the kids or the parents are sending emails of their daughter playing in a tournament? You guys.
Yeah,
you guys
if it
go
has
through
a video,
those?
I watch it. Almost
so you
always.
Do like to see a video? Something that, if you're not familiar with the player?
Right. Even watching them do drills and stuff, a lot of people in the indoors, they'll video that stuff. It's helpful. It's good to see, if someone has good hands, and I think that you should always showcase what you're best at. If you're a catcher and your arm is your best thing, then you should show it off when you're doing your video.
I try to tell kids going into my camps the same thing. You show what your strength is. If you're fast, use that somehow. Make sure they see just do that and show it off.
Yeah, and at camps and stuff, it's never a bad thing for kids to come up and ask, "Hey, can I pinch run for someone?"
Yeah.
If we have a catcher or someone that's not really running, but it's good that they're being proactive. That they're like, "Hey, I'm a good runner. If I don't get on, can I pinch run so I can steal bases and I can show you?" So that's always
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I'll have to make sure I put that in my notes.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful, and it doesn't seem too in your face or anything like that. It's actually kind of nice that people are like, all right, this is what I'm good at, and I want to show it to you. So it's a good thing.
Now with the new recruiting rules, get the play there. Ball got away. That's a nice tag there. Nice throw. So with the new recruiting, the way it is, time in the fall, and the fact that you can be out, and all of you can be out, right?
Yeah, only on weekends.
On
and
weekends,
6 weeks from Thanksgiving.
Right, Saturday and 6 weeks back from the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yes, right.
Well, how do you coaches? How do you find? Are you guys liking that? Are you thinking is it going to be easier on you?
It'll be an adjustment.
Yeah.
I think that it's just gonna have we're just gonna have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty new to recruiting in general. It's only my third season. This is gonna be my third year at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So
it's not a big. It's not
it's
not like you had an
used to
established
it.
pattern.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
But it'll definitely be an adjustment. I mean, we'll see. I think that if a lot of people struggle with it in the next couple of years, you might see it change again.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised, but. For now, I mean, we're just gonna, we've been talking really closely with our compliance guy, just like what can we do? Camps are different now.
Right.
How does all that stuff work? And just trying to stay ahead of the ball with that stuff. But, we'll see. I mean, I think the unlimited days, we aren't really gonna change our schedule as far as what we're doing in the summer, I don't think. But you might just see more of us at locations instead of one person or two people.
Right, now you can have everybody out.
Send everyone because it's unlimited. Right.
Beautiful.
But I don't think we'll be at any more days. I mean, right now we do how many more days can you
50 as it is, right?
Right.
I mean, that's
right.
what, 1/7 of the year already.
Right.
Plus your seasons and your training and everything.
Right, for sure. Yeah. So we'll see, but it'll be an adjustment. But
what about the challenge of so many players playing in these exclusive type showcases, and how many teams can get in them and that? And I mean, how are you finding that? Because there's some places most teams can't get in,
right.
and they're really feeling like they're left out. And then you got teams being broken up, and kids, one or two top players trying to play with the top team that gets into the things.
I think it's tough. I understand the eliteness factor of it, which is nice. But I also think that it doesn't mean that. Especially for us in the Midwest, I feel like there's a lot of local tournaments that you still get that exposure. That you don't have to go qualify for PGF to go into some of the smaller tournaments in the Midwest. I mean, this one I'm sure you have to qualify for, but
you don't have to. You can
okay.
register for this. Absolutely.
Well, then stuff like this is great for the Midwest because and you got a lot of coaches here and exactly. And it's local for us, so it's
we're so thankful for all the coaches coming out.
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate it, Kirsten. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you got some information. Always willing to pass along what we know.